in as well. I expect this one to go completely the distance, and it'll be Green Bay having to hike across the map over here as we kick things off.
I would just say too, as we are talking about the deep rosters, as it does look like teams will be swapped here, so keep that in mind as we go. But deep rosters here, as for Sin City, it's going to be Eggy, Mott, Eaton, and Shadow, and Green Bay is a Heat, Duffy, Enzo, and Lim. So, not maybe their traditional starters, but like you said, deep rosters here. So we are here on this P1 as right now Sin City are going to be opening lead, and look at that as Zahid's going to come through here. But yeah, I mean, good start here out of them, and right now it's going to be, it's going to be Green Bay on the back foot. So yeah, tough start for them.
It is going to be a tough start.
No, we're sorry. Yeah, we're good.
No, so we're going to see this rotation over to P2, and for the time being, it is going to be a massive lead the way of Green Bay here to kick things off. Rotation gonna have to come under the way for Sin City to try to get a break in early, but Green Bay with 50 seconds off of the first hill, they're starting off clean and they're looking to get this break in early.
Yeah, as it will be Sin City on the time right now, trying to find those kills. But a really good start for Green Bay, as they obviously, as we talked about, that P1 can be that money hill at times, and it definitely was for them. So right now, again, Sin City not with the greatest start, but obviously a lot of time left as we do go over to this P2. So trying to find anything here. He's trying to find the kill in the front P2. Another player does come in though, and the kills are going back and forth as Eggy will find one of his own before he gets taken down. As 15 seconds left on this time, and now it is that rotation over to that P3, which again, teams can just get so much time on.
Green Bay are in position to do just that. Not only did they scoop up the rest of the scrap time, but they made the rotation to P3. You have player 7 Enzo playing so deep, trying to keep these players from locking down spawns. And yeah, it's Sin City in early trying to get this time, but the way Green Bay's opened up this game, I fully expect them to get back on this hill in no time at all, and they can afford to with a 50-point lead. 60-point lead, you can really dance around the point, get the map positioning that you need, the clearance that you need on the hill before jumping back on it. So it's got to be Sin City finding a way to respond big and with big time. They couldn't on the P2. P3 being a money hill, there's still enough time to lock it down and get a good amount of time. But with how close Green Bay is spawning and closely contesting this point, it's just going to be a tough one to get clean time on.
It definitely is. There's already 22 seconds left on the clock, and kills going in the way right now of Sin City. So they will look to collect the rest of this time as we do head over to that P4 right now. So I mean, and you look at it too, I mean, Sin City is set up for it. So this could be, again, a situation where they can maybe get some time together. Eggy with a couple in the feed right there for himself. Now it is Mott, as you said, laying down there, looking for the kill, though, in that P5 area. But they are in a good position right now, Sin City. Now you just got to watch the flank, as one does get taken down. Eggy does take him out. Now it's going to be the hunt, and Eaton is on a 5 spree here. And yeah, I mean, good stuff right now out of the side, really both sides. But Eggy right now going off, and he does secure the streak for them, looking for the pistol kill. Cannot find it though. But right now, again, Sin City, they had a really rough start on that P1, but now brought it back and looking to tie it up here on this P4.
And that's behind, like you said, the streaks of Eggy and Eaton. Eaton still on a 7 full streaks on the table. And yeah, they've completely flipped this game around. They've gone on a nearly 60-point run. We had talked about P4 being one of the hardest to hold in the game, and Sin City makes us eat our words as they get a nearly full 60, if not a full 60, on P4. So as we make the rotation over to P5, Duffy gonna fight for a last second of scrap time, at least not give it to Sin City, but they're gonna open things up with control of P5 to kick things off. They do technically have spawns on the left-hand side of the map for the time being. I fully expect Sin City to make a play to try to flip those and maybe try to chain this together. But right now, with no one on the time, both squads just playing for map control.
As we see Eaton now getting that upper 3 control, which for the Sill obviously so important. As Sin City, I mean, continuing to get this time. Lim trying to find the pistol kill, and he does get 2. Now looking for that player in top 3rd. Cannot find it as Eaton does take him down. But yeah, I mean, halfway through this hill and not really much happening. But now, as you alluded to before, now it's going to be that rotation over to that P1. And seeing, if you can get a little bit of that opening time right now. Green Bay was in control there for a second of the hill, but tie game through the first set of rotations, and now again over to that P1, which right now Sin City is in control of. Shadow trying to be a nuisance on this last point here, and does get 2 of his own. Now Zahid looking, see if he can find any information. Does see that player across the W, now looking for the kill, and does get it. So now contest the hill, but Mott does take him down, and right now Sin City in control of this hill, looking to get some time. And I mean, as you see, like Green Bay is kind of spawning way out, so they will be able to collect this opening time.
And now that Sin City has fully warmed up, I mean, the slaying really is fairly lopsided, favoring them for the time being when they have turned this up. It was Green Bay who opened things up with a 70-point run, but they've only earned 30 points since then, where Sin City has earned about 100. And so they've really come alive here at the, beginning portions of the second set of rotations, earning good time, really contesting everything that they can and working around the map well. So they came out a little slow, but now it's Green Bay's got to find a way to adjust and get a substantial amount of time as the Slayer squad wasting no time getting around the map, trying to get a better P2 than what they had last time. It was hotly contested, but with a near full 60 here, they find themselves up 40.
Yeah, and this game is absolutely flipped, right? I mean, it was, again, it's a tough start for them, but they have come back and now trying to get this P2 control, but right now it is Green Bay Goats on the time as the kills going back and forth, as see Eggy at 21 and 15, seeing his name quite a bit, I would say, in that kill feed as he's been popping off so far. So Sin City now in control. Shadow trying to find the kill on the Enzo, cannot get it though, pistol coming out. Excuse me, does take down the Heat. Now look for that other player. Shadow does kill Enzo. The kills coming in here for the side of Sin City. Now getting also that time as well with 22 seconds on the clock. Again, it's going to be look already on the map. Those players looking over to that P3. A big hill potentially trying to get it. Right now it is Sin City in control of those spawns, but you do see, excuse me, it's going to be the other way, and the kills do come in. So Zahid now holding this top fire, but back and forth so far. Sin City, I mean, again, flip this game on its head. They have a huge lead now. Green Bay, though, on the time, that's an unfortunate grenade as that pops right on back. But Green Bay Goats currently on the time and looking to close this up a little bit.
And once you get closer to that 200-point mark, you have to stress the importance of needing a big response. I mean, they really need a full 60 here on this hill. Of course, that doesn't get them completely back in the game, but it does make it better, and it holds the Slayers from hitting the 200-point mark. But now they're just within 10 seconds of it and look to get well over that point as we make our transition to P5 in about 20 seconds. Green Bay haven't found a way to hold since the first set of hills, and Green Bay even had the harder portion. Or no, I'm sorry, they did have the P1 control. I forgot we were flipped, but yeah, Green Bay, they just have been relying on the break, and that hasn't been working for them. And Sin City, where they've been able to get in, if they're not winning rotation, they get in almost immediately. Once the hill pops. So really Green Bay just haven't found a way to hold on and get substantial amounts of time. Now we see the scoreline at about 100 points as we are over at P4, and the Slayers found a lot of time the last go around, and with the win conditions set, they don't have to get every second of this time. Green Bay has to, so really they need one clean wipe and they can look to close this one out, but it's got to be soon.
Wow, Shadow almost with an impossible angle there to get that glide. Does not find the kill though. Does get it there, though, so the glide will be secured for Shadow. Now getting another one on point, and Shadow absolutely popping off. Oh, my God, Shadow with the turn on with the pistol. 31 and 13 on the map, looking for more. Shadow just playing in this point, looking for more players. But, man, that was special right there on the turnaround. As Sin City looking to close this out potentially on this next P5 coming up. As, again, not much in the way of this P4 point, but Eggy now trying to do some more of his own as Eggy with the kills. As, again, Sin City going up little by little. Green Bay, as you said, just not able to really get much substantial time, and it's killing them right now. Sin City within 15 points now, and they are on this P5 point. Now it's going to be Green Bay having to come back and try to get the kill. Shadow again with the 3 in the feed, and right now it's not looking good for Green Bay as they got to go. Out on the point though right now is Sin City, just looking for some control. It's going to be Eaton here on this top third, looking to see if he can find anybody. He does try to get the turn on, but cannot. He takes him down. There is the glide bomb from Eggy. Green Bay Goats though on the time, and again looking to secure it, but right now in a really bad position. They basically have to play perfect hard point from here on out.
They do, and it feels like this is the most P5 time earned this game, and it just feels like Green Bay's kind of putting off the inevitable. As now we see the Slayers on it and getting the last bit of time, 1 second remaining. They'll close that one out in a dominant fashion to take map number 1. Sin City Slayers can do no wrong here on this Berlin hardpoint.
Yeah, like I mean, it was crazy because again, Green Bay what got like 50 on that P1, I believe it was,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, and then only ended up with an extra 100 points after that. After that bounce back, it was again a tough map one, but a lot of time left in this series as they will be starting on the offensive side here, and looks like it will be a hit potentially a 2-2 split here for Sin City on the defending side. It's going to be Sahid the bomb carrier going through this outer arch area. You see the Sin City player in the site now, maybe looking to set up a pinch here is Green Bay, but these two players on the opposite side of the door now do see each other. Duffy with the first blood there for the side of Green Bay Goats, and now he's going to come on the flank here, looking for this other player. He's going to try to get out with his life, and for the moment does. Duffy trying to find the kill now and does get it on Eggy. So now a 4v2 situation for the side of Green Bay Goats. Bomb is getting down, and they're in a really good position right now.
They are. They capitalized on their aggression through the A-bomb site, caught a couple players off guard, and more importantly and more basically than that is they won the first blood engagements. They, haven't dropped a life in this round, and now Mott in a 1v4 situation has to make huge plays. Willie checks the corners. We'll find out. No, Duffy will get antsy and end up getting taken down. But again, with really 10 seconds left to make a play on the bomb, it's just not going to happen. The Green Bay Goats, they come out in this round 1 and look strong.
I think that's possibly an underrated, like coming off of that first map to get a first round win, maybe, ease things a little bit and get things under control, say, all right, look, we're in this series, obviously, and, these guys are good and they know that, but just to get that first one under your belt, that's good. Also, I think Mott is running a Volk again, so again, that meta we were talking about earlier, maybe
Mm-hmm.
really coming through. It's quite interesting. But here we are as Sin City now on the attack now as they go to the A site, and they do have numbers here as Green Bay only sending one player over. Just playing the slow game right now, though. Shadow looking to see if he can find anybody on the cross. Duffy does get stunned, and he might be in a tough position as he will get away with his life. Stun's coming in, though. Sin City right now has all the control of this A site, and now maybe trying to rotate some players over, but Shadow is on the in an interesting position. It looks like two players not seeing each other as they do get through. For Sin City, though, I mean, they've had this control, but haven't been able to really do anything with it. As Limbs does get the first kill. Duffy trying to find a kill, but Eggy does drop in. 3v3 situation. Again, maybe trying to get that bomb down now. It is Eggy trying to get that plant in. Now it's going to be the plant comes in again, 3v3 situation. Eggy does get Sahid. Limbs follows up though, and now a 2v2 situation is Eaton looking to see if he can find anybody. But right now, Green Bay Boats again. Green Bay Goats in a tough position. Eaton though now in a 1v1 against Limbs, and now these players trying to look for each other. As Limbs gunning with a pistol, can he get it? He cannot. Sin City respond, make it 1-1.
Just even kills back and forth obviously came down to a 1v1 situation favoring Sin City, given that the bomb was planted and they had clock to work with. But really crazy in the mid map, not even as far as kills went, but just players, feel like running past each other and brushing shoulders without even knowing it. We got to see, Limbs get a kill on the flank, worked all the way through the back and found someone in train station. So both teams open up with an offensive round. Who's going to have the response on defense? It's going to be a 2-hit once again over towards this A site. So Green Bay giving the same look they did last time with a 2-2 split. And once again, it's Duffy getting really aggressive over in the mid-map, or except not the mid-map, but in pillars.
He'd throwing that nade in as he was just shouldering Eggy there on that outer door. No players drop though, but they have the information as that Duffy is going to try to throw that nade in, but the kills do go in the way of Sin City now, as it is a 2v4 situation. Zahid seeing if he can find the players with the information he has. Cannot get the kill on Eaton. And wow, that was a quick round there to finish it out from Sin City as they go up 2-1 in the map.
like you said, very quick. They got to their spots and then were able to sniff the players out and get the kills. They executed well in defense, so the first defensive round going their way. Haven't seen a B hit yet on offense. Team's been throwing at least 2 players there, and interestingly enough, with B, you don't really need all 4 players to take that site. You just need 1 or 2 maybe to, get over to the site and get the bomb down. With having the coverage that you do, you don't have to have all 4 players going that way. But Cincinnati, they're going to look to at least send 3 that way. The one time Green Bay don't send 2, they just have 1. It should be a quick bully out and bomb plant, but Zahid shuts it down for the time being and ends up getting 2 huge plays from Zahid. Enzo from the top window trying to overlook, but way to stop that play if you're Green Bay.
Zahid saying not so fast and shutting that play out. Big plays out of him as he was all by himself, and it was a 1v3 situation on that side of the map. So he gets out, gets his life, and now puts his team in a advantage in the lives as they are up 1 now. Bomb also down on site, so it is going to have to be a retake here for Sin City again in a bad situation. I will say though, for the side of Green Bay, they are a little bit spread out. So if these Sin City players converge on the bomb, could get interesting for Zahid. They do have that player in the back though, looking over, but time is quickly running out here as Eaton now looking to make a play. Did not. I thought he might have seen that player in the back docks. He does not. And just like that, Green Bay Goats close it out. And again, big round for them.
Big round indeed, and that's just all behind Zahid and his ability to blow that offensive play up. If he gets killed, that's a free bomb plant, and that looks much differently for either team. But the fact he's able to stay alive, find 2 kills, and stay alive throughout that round is huge. That literally was the round. So it's been behind big plays from either squad. First round, it was Duffy getting things done, getting aggressive on the A-bomb site, and it's been Eaton and Eggy for Sin City Slayers. Mott's obviously had some kills as well come through. But 2-2 scoreline, we've seen balanced gameplay thus far. We see a B hit now in response for Green Bay, and we'll see how this goes for them.
It looks like Mott, obviously knowing there's pressure over here as the nades come in. Shadow with the first kill on Duffy, and now Mott does get that kill, and it is a bomb down situation, and those other Green Bay players very well out of the play. So it's, again, going to be a tough retake, but you see all these Sin City players on this side of the map, and Green Bay is just in a not a great position, of course, as we'll see what they can do with only 40 seconds on the clock. It is going to be Shadow. They have no information on these other 2 players, so we will see when they present themselves. Now maybe a engagement going to happen as Limbs, seeing that player, cannot get the kill though. Limbs trying to get out with his life as that was Shadow up there. I don't think he expected to be alive after that, but he is. Shadow playing his life there, and again, right now for Green Bay, it's not looking good. Limbs does get a kill on Eaton though, as they look to advance, but yeah, it's all going to get shut down. Limbs on the flank. Let's see if he can make any last-second magic happen. He does get 1, looking for another player on the site, but Sin City isn't going to give anything to them, and it'll be 3-2 Sin City.
Both B attacks have been thwarted by the defense by killing the 2 players present on the site. So we'll see now, Sin City going back on offense, how they look to respond, if they want to go back to A where they found success, where really that was just a quick bully out round, or if they try to, throw a stunner and maybe hit B once again. But really, just try not to feed streaks to the Sin City players. They went poking around for a few kills, unable to find anything. Shadow on 2, nothing too crazy. Limbs on 3, which would be interesting to see if Limbs looks to play around. But now they're going to give a little more respect towards this B site, but that's when Sin City flips the script and they try to go A. Duffy will have his hand full here in a second.
Yeah, the silver lining for Green Bay last round is Limbs was able to pick up a kill and play his life, so he is on the streak, but still a long way off of that. So we'll see if that formulates anything. As you said, Sin City on that A site, Limbs with the opening kill, though. Eggy will respond with the kill on Duffy, and now this is the opportunity for Sin City. Maybe not, if that's shut down by Enzo, as they looked like for a second they did have the clearance, but Green Bay is in a 3v2 situation now, and Eaton looking to see if he can find anybody. This is going to be maybe a timing situation for him, though, as he does see the player, but it's too late. Zahid will take him down. Now a 1v3 situation for Mott here. Again, just trying to see if he can really find anything, and he cannot. He's taken down, and Green Bay gets on the board again, making it 3-3, and it's been a really close search and destroy so far.
Has, and for Sin City on the offensive end, they show hesitation to get the bomb down. You've mentioned a couple times where they've had site clearance and then haven't quite got the bomb down. I don't know if that's a comfort thing or if they want at least to find another pick before doing so, but it has in turn made those rounds a lot more difficult for them. And now we're at a 3-3 scoreline. Limbs still on a streak, still on 5. I imagine more than ever they'll be playing around that to try and get a glide bomb to get any information for the team. Useful on this map for that at the very least, but now we once again see these players flying towards this A site. Trades go back and forth in the kill feed. Sin City comes out on top for the time being, but it's Zahid once again who's able to respond, and the bigger win for Sin City this round thus far is Limbs is off a streak.
Oh yeah, for sure, and especially with again the information, but how that B roof is like paper, and able to get anything that a kill with that on with anybody on site is big. So they do avoid that, and now he does pick up the bomb here, looking to see if they can get this bomb down. As both teams pretty much in a stalemate here. As now the gunfight does come in. And now player number 6 is Eaton. He's gonna try to help his teammate here, Shadow. Shadow sees the door open, and again a stalemate from both teams. Is now Green Bay possibly. I was thinking maybe they try to go rotate B, but they are going to try to get on A here. And Zahid does have the clearance to do so. Now Shadow, man, possibly coming the pinch. There was a couple of times where I thought an opportunity was open and didn't formulate though. Now Shadow going to run right past the player. Those players do not see each other. Enzo with the kills. Now it's a 1v1 situation here as for Shadow. He's got to get the kill and the defuse. So tough thing is he's going to try to find Zahid, but he's running the wrong direction, and now he's going to make a play fast as now the gunfight should come in. And Zahid, again, just playing his life, waiting for the gunfight. Shadow not finding anything, and here we go. He's going to try to hop the defuse here, possibly. Now he goes through it. Not enough time, though. His time's running out. Zahid playing his life perfectly, gets the kill, and they go up 4-3.
A good clutch up situation for them. Zahid checked the bomb and then realized that I'm just going to play my life and make Shadow have to make the play. That doesn't happen, and like you said, Green Bay find themselves with a lead here, 2 rounds away from closing this out and drawing the series even at 1-1, but they get a much-needed offensive win. Now Zahid finds himself on 4, and a good round from them. Can they really extend this lead by getting a good, solid defensive win? That's what we'll find out, but I would expect that Sin City is going to be going A here to try to get site control once again and get this bomb down early. It's going to be a couple players for Green Bay trying to work to the mid-map.
Yeah, it's a big round here for the rest of this map as Eaton does get that first kill for the side of Sin City, so they will have the advantage. Shadow also finding a kill, so Sin City finding these opening kills on the Green Bay players. Now, again, maybe trying to get over to that bomb site. Limbs does get a kill himself to even the lives up a little bit. And again, they do have clearance. This time, Sin City will get the bomb down. Now it's about Limbs coming on the flank as we get good timing with these players. Those players will get out with their lives. Again, look at this grouping up here from Sin City. It's just holding those angles, making sure no cracks here that Green Bay can come through. So we'll see as Limbs, again, trying to find anything he can, but both players may be looking to set up a pinch when the time comes, but time is dwindling fast. 20 seconds now on the clock. Enzo trying to find that kill. Mod takes him out. Eggy gets the other kill, and we are going to a 4-4 map count right now.
Both squads showing resilience in that they have found a way to respond when push comes to shove. This, again, to me is going to come down at the tail end of it to First Bloods. I mean, Sin City, they won the First Bloods lopsidedly there. They take the round because it opens up the mid-map in sight for them. Green Bay, once again, in a position where they have to respond and get a round win here. Next round takes us to match point. Of course, if you're Sin City Slayers, you want to go up 2-0 in the series and really put the pressure on Green Bay to have to make a big play in the Gava 2 control. Shadow opens things up with, once again, another First Blood. Eaton follows it up with a second. A peculiar situation, once again, if you're Green Bay, but the response out of Duffy at least makes things a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, Sin City kind of it was Green Bay had like a not even a split push. They just had two players going up and two were sitting in the back, and Sin City picked them apart. But they do have the lives advantage now. Bomb is also down, and I don't know if Sin City knows that. Uh, as we'll see, as Enzo does pick up the kill though, making it a 2v2 situation. So Green Bay obviously not out of this round by any means, as again, Bomb is down, so they'll have to pick that up. But again, players are looking to see if they find any information. Shadow didn't see him, as Shadow now will be the last alive here, as now Green Bay possibly looking to get the bomb down. It might be good timing for Shadow if he breaks through here. He does. Can't get the kill, though. Green Bay cleans it up. They are on match point.
And that was a 2v4 that they had to come back and win. They dropped too early and responded with a wonderful 2v4. The players slow on the rotation over from B to A. They won their 1v1s over on the site, forced those two players to rotate, won their 1v1s once again, and now sitting at match point. They have the chance to close one out here on defense as well, so they've just got to hold strong, make a stand, and they'll get to their map number 3, which they're 4-0, and that's exactly what they'd like going into Gava 2 control. But if you're Sin City Slayers, it's looking like it's going to be around a bully ball. They're going to try to get this site clearance quickly.
They do have right now. Duffy, though, getting the kill that I didn't think he had a chance at, but does find it on Mott. He will get killed, though, and that goes now to a 3v3 situation. Enzo finding one on Eaton. Making a 3-2 right now in the side of Green Bay is they're seeing if they can, again, find anything. But you see this two players flipped up in the back. Limbs now got to play his life, as don't want to drop a kill, a death like that, excuse me. Now Sin City looking they can do, but the kill does come in. Enzo finding Eggy, and now it is all up to Shadow. He's going to try to find this player in P3, gets the kill, and now it makes it interesting. It's now a 2v1 situation for Green Bay. Shadow is trying to see if he can, again, play for information just for a second. But again, 30 seconds on the clock, bomb down. Almost impossible situation, you would think. But Shadow is a crazy player, so we'll see if he can make anything happen. Does find the kill on Zahid. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Limbs the last alive for Green Bay. Now Shadow. It looks like the gunfight's going to happen too. Shadow can't find the kill. Green Bay Goats win the round and take the map, and we have a 1-1 series.
Shadow, you were mentioning it, but that's someone who could have made that very and still did make it interesting there in the final gunfight. Limbs comes out victorious there at the end, draws the series up 1-1. But I mean, having a look at the first blood,
I don't know why I keep saying Green Bay Boots, but that's apparently something I'm going to continue to say. Green Bay is starting on this defending side, though, and it will be Sin City hitting that A side. They do have one player here going up to this P1. Maybe we get some ring control here. But right now, Green Bay looking just to stop this. Maybe as you see, Duffy is on the flank, but not able to find that player. So right now, not too much going on. Is just again teams trying to play for information, obviously, but also getting those power positions on this map. As Duffy does find the kill as he was pushed up a little bit. Now we're going to try to find this player on the point. And does get that kill as well, so Duffy stopping that progress as of right now for Sin City. But again, kills him back for Enzo with a couple kills. And a slow start to this map. I don't know if we expected it, but right now Green Bay holding their own.
They are holding their own, and Mott's been doing his job up at ring. I mean, ring control is important on offense if you want to, keep that lane of the map open and avoid a spawn trap. And on defense is important because that's kind of the first step to getting that spawn trap in, is having that position to cut those players off at spawn. But Mott had stayed alive for as long as he could. Unfortunately on A, they weren't able to capitalize. But finally, with 3 down in the feed, it is going to be the stack coming in. First tick of progression in, and Green Bay, depending on how these kills go for Zahid, he finds one. This may dictate whether or not they give this one last push. It looks like they decided with 3 for 1 in the feed that they are going to give it one last look. But with time ticking down for Sin City, you've got to close this one out.
Yeah, I mean, they have the lives advantage. When they do eventually get this point captured, which looks like going to happen now, they will have 121. So not a ton of time to work with, but they do have a 7 life advantage, which we'll see if kills do come into effect here. The later part of this, but now it looks like Sin City kind of just trying to regroup here, and as you got 2 players spawning in the back, as Eggy's firmly holding that outer beach, but You see the ring control here for Green Bay, which is going to be very important, as Duffy now going to try to go on a flank here, trying to find the kill. He can't. So a couple kills down, and now the push does come over as a player is on B. The Heat's going to try to find the kill. Can't get it here. And now we'll see if the Sacky Sucker's coming in, but Lim's on a perfect flank here. Does get one. He's going to look for a second. Teammates killed him, though. And it's a couple down in the feed, and that was perfect from Green Bay as they, you know, it looked like maybe for a second Sin City had a chance there, but they shut it down, and now Sin City has time for one last push.
And that's the, you could call it beauty, I guess, of Gavitu control, where even if you don't have the life advantage, it's just timely kills. Getting the kills at the right time. They got 4 for 1 in the feed. That forces Sin City to spawn all the way back at their left side of the map, and then you just advance up in ring and really start to press them, make them have to take gunfights before they can even cross the map. Well, they do just that. They win the gunfights at beach, have 2 players on the site, and the stack is in. So overextension from Green Bay may have costed them this round. Shadow has a huge 1v1 to win on the site, isn't able to, so this one in a 2v9 gonna come down to these last couple gunfights.
It is. The clock is stopper now. Enzo getting the kill. If you can find this other player, it makes this interesting as 2 do go down. Now Sin City, you know, Green Bay only has 2 lives left, but they got to fly to this point. Lim's trying to find the kills. I don't know if they're going to be able to get to this. They're going to stop this. They are. Green Bay, I did not think they were going to be able to stop that, but they held the line. They got that defensive win, which is so important. But for Sin City, I feel like that might have been a missed opportunity.
It absolutely was. You know, they got wiped off the point, but as they progressed, they got nearly a clean feed. 2 players stacked on it. You had the life advantage. It's just, again, Green Bay clutched up there. I mean, I can't take that away from them. It was 2v9, 2v11 at one point. Like, it was just their ability to play around the point and get the kills they needed. All you needed was one clean 4 hit and play the trades, and that could have been Sin City's round, but it's not, unfortunately. And now they have to find a way on defense to make a stand the same way Green Bay did, but it's going to be early progression over at this A site for Green Bay.
That's interesting. I think Sin City had thought it might have been a B hit, so they started sending players over there, but it is Green Bay on this A point now, as now those players will look to go over. But yeah, I mean, Sin City, I guess you're happy that you get that tick last round, but man, that is an opportunity for you to take an offense, which does not happen too much on this map. So tough for them. Let's see how they respond, though, as again, Green Bay on this A point, Enzo on a 5 spray of his own as the trade's now coming in. And now you got a little bit of map pressure here from Green Bay. This could be a really good position as a couple players down. I thought maybe they were going to have a player try to get some B control, but I think for Sin City now, you might need to shut this down for trying to attack A and get some control on the map back, as Lim's going to find the kill, trying to find another one as well on Shadow. Right now, the kill feed very much in favor, though, of Green Bay, as they haven't quite captured that point yet, but there it goes. They do get A. Now Shadow going to try to find these players that were just on the point, get some free kills. Again, good trigger discipline there. Gets the player up top. Does get a little bit of unfortunate timing, though, on the other player. They go down. Now it's going to have to be Green Bay, again, grouping up and getting the push here on B, as they'll have a couple chances to do it.
They will. The Heat on 4 is going to be huge. Make that 5 if the Heat can get streaks, which he cannot. Would have been huge for this map to open up that B site or use it whenever you felt necessary. But yeah, they've got to try to work through this portion of the map and get control and clear these players out. For Sin City, they really exclusively hit it from the front. There was no 4-man hit to the bottom side of the map. Green Bay lining up to do the same thing. And unless you can get those players spawning out, it's pretty hard to get B site control because you're just spawning so close to the site if you get killed. They're taking these gunfights to Green Bay up at ring, making them not have the ability to get across the map cleanly, having them earn every single tick of time and kills and map presence. So Green Bay back to the drawing board with 47 seconds left. Again, you find yourselves like, if this is a quick hit, you've got maybe 2 more, but really depending on how these next fights go, this could be the last one.
Eaton in a position here too. You see him, he sees all his players coming by. He does get the kill, but he does get killed out. So there will be a player here on point. As if Green Bay can get that tick right back from Sin City, that'd be huge for them. And now Sin City looking to group up and get the push in. A couple kills do come in. Eaton does get that player on point. Shadow follows, and they do get control back of this point. And 29 seconds on the clock. Live 8-7. Make that 7-6 in favor of Green Bay. Again, we'll see if that comes into play. But there's only 20 seconds left, so you'd imagine not. And Green Bay way out of the play right now as the kills are coming in back and forth 5-5. But again, Green Bay maybe having one more chance to push this. Right now, though, Sin City doing a good job of holding the line. Limbs is going to try to get on the stop his clock. He's shut down, though. Green Bay just getting absolutely shut down here by Sin City. And that'll end it as we have a 1-1 map here.
Like I said, Sin City, they hold the line. End up going up 4 life there, and they didn't allow a take of progression in, so that's huge. Green Bay was only able to get 1 take, or excuse me, 1 point, 3 takes of progression in that offensive round. So a big round win for Sin City, and you go into this round with a couple players, you know, potentially looking at streaks. Of course, you're on offense, so you might play it a little slower, try to open things up with some kills to edge players towards that. But a 3-man hit towards A. First blood goes the way of Green Bay, but I mean, you're here on the site and you have control if you are Sin City.
Yeah, Sin City again, probably feeling a little bit sour after that first offense that they couldn't convert on, but they do have the advantage in ticks if it does go to that round 5 as of right now. They do have some map presence here too. They're in a good situation. Only a 1-man stack though, so I'm just going to try to find this player on point, and does. So that time will continue to go now for the advantage of Green Bay, but. Again, they have some good map pressure. They did let Limbs get behind, though, as he will eventually get taken out. As I thought maybe he could cause a ruckus back there. But Sin City right now doing a really good job in the lives department. Only have lost 3 this round to Green Bay's 10. So big reason for that. Eaton right now on a 7-3. He does get the fly bomb, and he is absolutely frying from this top 3 position. He's looking for more players on this cross, as he is the captain of this boat right now. Looking to see if he can find the player in green. Can't find him. Look at all these players he's spotting, and right now Green Bay just cannot seem to take him out. Seeds again, so has control. They also do have a player over there on B, so Green Bay's gonna have to stop him over there. They will be able to get that A point as well. And again, right now, I mean, this is really good from Sin City. They're gonna actually be able to get a ticket progression on D. Right now, Green Bay is scrambling a little bit. Only 1 person on, and he eventually gets killed. But Sin City in control of this offensive round right now.
They are in control, and they have double the life count, 24-11. They have just had their way, and this is a team we talked about coming into this. If they wanted to win this Gavitu control, it had to be on the back of their slaying and their ability to have that clear out portions of the map. That's exactly what it does here. They have a tick and a half of progression, so Mott calling in the streak, trying to clear and flush these players out of the back. The streak is invested and doesn't amount to too much map presence at the moment. This is an offensive round. They don't want to make the same mistake twice. They want to close this out and get that all-elusive Gavitu offense on the board. But Green Bay, they're holding on. But with a 19-8 life count, you've just got to expect that at some point it's going to get to be too much. And the Sin City should be able to close out on offense, but we've seen crazier things.
Yeah, only 6 lives. I thought it might have been 5, but 6 lives left and a minute on the clock. So now you get to that point where you're almost already going back to playing team deathmatch right now. Just trying to find these last 5 lives for Green Bay goes. Now make that 4 with no respawns remaining. They are in a really tough position. If they hold this down, that would be incredible. But we're on a miracle would have to happen at this point for that to happen. So Sin City, again, looking just to get some control. They do have 2 players on flank. Just trying to see if they can maybe catch these players off guard. They do. Now it'll be left on Enzo with 28 seconds on the clock. They will stop the time to get on point, and now Enzo, again, just having to make a miracle happen, as he's going to maybe try to get the P1 and see if he can catch these players in the back. Nope, he's not. He's going to go to this first cut here. Just, again, not really sure what to do, and yeah, that'll close it out. Sin City does not make the mistake again, and they take a 2-1 lead on Gav control.
Really, from Green Bay, have just looked disconnected at times. Sin City on that offense split 2-2 to each point and forced Green Bay to have to pick. It felt like Green Bay didn't really make a decision. But that was also on the back of Sin City players winning their gunfights. I mean, of course, maps play a lot better when gunfights are going your way. And I mean, just looking at these stat lines, 28 and 18, 21 and 14 from a couple of these Slayers players, they're having no problem finding kills around the map. And when you can trust your players to do that, you can afford to split things 2-2 and trust that they could take a 1, 2, 3, or 4 players on at one time. So on defense now, they have the capability to close this one out, serve Green Bay their first Gav2 control loss, but it's the early stat coming in for Green Bay on this A site and early site control. Looking to respond in a big way here. Limbs on a 3 streak.
Yeah,
Scratch that.
Good thing for the side of Sin City though is after that round, offensive round, they actually secured round 5 defense, no matter what happened here. So I mean, they're in a good position. If they let this go now, they are going to be kicking themselves. So they will look to obviously win it here. But if it does go around 5, they do have that advantage. So looks like Green Bay will get the A point, and we'll have about 2 minutes and 11 seconds to get that B point. But they do have, again, a nice lives advantages. Now the kills are going their way now. Duffy did spot that player going as he's going to try to take him out, but Eggy does get the kill. Zahid with the trade, though. Now he looks to get this ring control, which, again, so important for this. If you have a player in the back, though, that's Limbs trying to go on the flank. He does get taken down. Right now, Green Bay a little bit staggered as Sin City able to pick him apart right now, and maybe Zahid in a tough situation can't get out of it. But, you know, if you're Green Bay, you have the lives advantage. I think, you know, just if you can group up and get some, you know, a couple pushes in, you'll be good. But, again, they just have to group up and not throw lives away here.
Absolutely. They have to find a way to not throw one-off hits at this. 2 kills go their way on Beach, but Eaton cleaning things up around the site, getting these players cleared off, and now Duffy, the last one, furthest pressed up player on the map. I really would like to see him just kind of wait for these players, because now Sin City getting that much closer to evening up the life count. You know, Green Bay has a decision to make. Do we want to play TDM or do we want to go for the site? Because, you know, if you want to go for the site, you definitely have to get together and try to make a more coordinated hit. Otherwise, Sin City will pick you apart in your spawn. And now, what was almost 10 lives at one point, if not 10, dwindled down to 5, 11 to 16, 50 seconds left. Green Bay is getting traded out effectively, and that's kept them off of the site with 40 seconds left. They've got a decision to make. Is it go time to flight this, or are they going to look to try to play around the kills? We'll see what they decide to do, but these players all stacked up in ring, trying to find a pick, and it's just not going their way.
Green Bay trying to find something, but right now Sin City is poised to win this map. As again, they've done a good job, and they're leading right now. Looks like in the kill department. So that's your big thing. Is Shadow finding a couple. The glide bomb comes in, and that's going to be 3 down. And for Green Bay, you're going to lose your first Gav control of the season. You're going to go down 2-1 in the series. Maybe player 6 Heat, maybe making some last second magic, but nothing crazy happening. He does get on point here with last second. He does find 2, so maybe something happening. But I mean, again, they're in a tough situation. The lives advantage is close. I might have spoken to it soon. Zahid finds a few, and now Sin City is in trouble here. As Zahid trying to play his life on point. Duffy with the kill. I can't believe this. They might come back and do this. Now it's going to be a 1v2 situation. Green Bay has the advantage. Eaton, now the last alive in an improbable situation, looking for this player on top. Gotta get this kill on point, and can't find him. If he gets a kill, he won't.
My gosh.
Green Bay. I thought it was over. Zahid made the play in the back, and they win the round.
I did too. That was all Zahid. I mean, just to give that site, you know, not give up on the site, right? It's not chalked until the timer hits 0 or you know, the progression is completely filled up. Zahid not giving up on the play, finds himself on a 4 streak as well. What I thought, since that he had the, you know, ease to close out, ends up going the way of Green Bay. So once again, we've said it once before, Green Bay have this Gav control figured out, and it's going to be an early B hit coming in from them. They want to try to close this one out on the flip side. They respond with a huge offense.
I'm still in shock. I mean, Zahid, again, going huge. It was all on him to get that situation, but I thought it was over. But now we go to this round 5 again. Green Bay on the attack here. But, man, after that, they have to have some momentum again. Offense, winning one offense on this map is hard enough. Now
Right, they got to go back to back.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but right now, Sin City doing a good job of shutting things down as they are winning in the kill department right now. You're going to try to find this player on Cliff and does. And now, I mean, player 8, Duffy, is in the back and going to find a kill, but I was going to say potentially a spot where you could set up a spawn trap. But you do have to, again, worry about Duffy here in the back, just kind of being a menace, trying to let his teammates get up to the front. He is allowing them to do that now. He's got 3 players in the back. Eggy, the last person alive here for Sin City around this 8 point. He's going to try to go huge here. Finding one player, and he's going to find another one. And can he get to the last one on point on the mid? It doesn't matter. His teammate will take him out. Just like that, Sin City is able to break through. Now, only 20 seconds left on the clock. Green Bay has to go make something happen. They will get a player on the B point. And Sin City is kind of way out of the play, but it might not matter as the spawn trap again kind of coming in. Duffy looking to get at least a tick of progression. It might not matter as shots coming in. And now you would imagine soon enough he will get killed, and there it is. But again, they are going to be on this A point now, so just stalling possibly enough time. But they only have 11 lives left, so again, they got to make something happen. The pincher's going to come in on this player. He's going to get beat to death. Again, they are on this point though, so maybe if they can capture this, which it looks like they will have the clearance to, they're going to have a minute and 17 to go capture B, but they're down in the lives advantage, so we'll have to see what happens.
They were down last round too, so really,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything until this one's over. I have no clue how this is going to go. So long as the heat is on this map and Green Bay has lives to go, they'll find a way to make it happen. You know, you have 60 seconds left, and you have 7 lives. Sin City have good map control right now, so advantage is still favoring them. If they can find an opening here by finding a pick, that would be huge, but Sin City is just giving them no looks. 2 go down in the feed. Not quite an opening, you need one more. They find just that, so through radio, you have your advantage. These players are flying forward, and they've got to capitalize on this if they want to take this round. Ring control is theirs, but that allows Sin City players to get back in position over on the site, but Green Bay, they're just working it slowly. All these players here are at this beach side. This is theirs if they want it.
This is interesting, is that Stack is potentially coming in here. They are finding the kills. Only 3 lives left, though. But again, they're dwindling these lives for Sin City. Now just 2 left. The Heat is going to be last on point. The hero from last round has to do it again. The clock is stopped. Enzo's going to be at top, but it's on Zahid. Surely not now. Surely not now. He will get killed. Sin City hold on, but man, that was Sin City won it, but I don't know if they're happy about that map, to be honest. They do win it though and go up 2-1.
Yeah, if I'm Sin City, honestly, that should have been a 3-0. And Green Bay's a good Gavitu control team. They were undefeated coming into it tonight.
Like, that's hard. If you can just, you know, make it even, that could be interesting. We do have a change, by the way, is Jas coming in, so he will be on the side of Green Bay as they do make a substitute change, and he will get the first kill on this hard point. As it will be Green Bay with the opening couple seconds here, as Sin City did get the 2-side spawn, so I'm sure they're going to flip, but they do have that advantage to start. But again, Green Bay doing a good job here. They get the first 17 seconds or so here, so good start to them. Now watching the flank though from Sin City. Terrible timing. Oh, almost didn't make it matter, but yeah, terrible timing there. Sin City maybe looking to collect the rest of the scrap, but again, you see the rotation over for Green Bay as they will look to get these P2 spawns.
They get just those. The battle going to go down in church to really lock down this initial time for Green Bay. Pinstripe kill feed, but as this hill pops, it is going to be the goats in control of the site. Sin City have to find a way to work this. Looks like most of the hits coming through P4 in church. First player gets cut down, but a big gunfight going down here at P5. If this can get won by the Sin City player, this gives them a lane to run through. Mott does just that. Now Platt is open for the taking, but up 40-5. Green Bay, they've gotten a good bit of time, but this is also how the Berlin hardpoint started.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a really good point, honestly. And P3, I mean, has traditionally, before the spawn change, has been like the money hit for this map, so I'm interested to see kind of what happens. But yeah, as you said, Green Bay with a big opening lead, and the kills are on the way. I will say they are set up as well for P3, so you couldn't really ask for anything better right now on the side of Green Bay. Is Jas, a substitute they brought in at 6 and 4 as well. So Good stuff from them so far, and they are in control. But now we go over to this P3, which again has made the spawns have made this hill so much more frantic. But Green Bay with the lead right now, again looking to hold these spawns. But it will be just like that. Sin City coming through and dropping 3 in the feed, and that's what you have to do. Is Sin City responding very well to start this P3.
It seems like when this team wants to explode and make a big play, they can do just that. And Green Bay, only having a 25-point lead, definitely cannot let this P3 go uncontested. They are going to try to get back in for this, but it's going to be the Slayers in here early. Eaton at 10-5 on a 4 streak, already playing lights out early on this Tuscan hardpoint. A couple of slow starts for Green Bay Goats. Really just in the heat, and of course looking to see him turn that around as the game goes on, playing for a lot of intangibles like information and map presence as well. So if you're Sin City, you get a good bit of that time. You're going to get the last 10 seconds of scrap time and close this lead to about 20 or so points as we go over to P4, but you've got to win the gunfight on transition. Again, this really does feel like the Berlin initially. Whenever Sin City wanted to turn up and take over the game, they did just that. And Eaton, I mean, when this guy's frying, it feels like there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I will say there were a little bit of a mistake, I guess, from Sin City. They had like control of that P3, and they let about 15 to 20, I don't know, maybe like 15 seconds go by where they weren't on point. So they lose a little bit of points there. But as you said, I mean, they've come back swinging right now as Green Bay does get some kills, though, in the feed. They do get control as Sin City still spawning on those P2 sides. I think Limbs maybe thinking they flipped. They didn't, though. Now the push does come in for Sin City. Couple go down in the feed, and they take control now. With 18 seconds left, you'd expect these players to start rotating over as Duffy with the 2-piece, though, getting the kills. Now can he find the player in the back? Duffy looking for the kill. He does get taken out. Sin City collects the last 10 seconds. But again, though, Green Bay Goats are set up for the P5, but we know how crazy this hill can get with the nades and stuff.
It can get crazy, and right now it's Duffy versus Eaton. Both players just looking for a little more supporting role from any player on the squad. If one other player can step up for either squad, this could turn this game on its head, as the Heat gets a huge double kill with a grenade to give Green Bay clearance on the site to start collecting time. But the presence of Sin City is here, and they're trying to work these players off the hill. Like you said, when the attacks get rolling, this P5 sits pretty contested or with no one on it, just because players are constantly getting blown up and blown off of the site. But Green Bay Goats, they are in control of a 20-point lead as we look to go towards our second set of rotations here after about 20 seconds. They're in position to collect the rest of the scrap time cleanly, as Sin City players have already made the rotation over, no one looking back at that site. And Green Bay, once again, someone going back for it here, but it left the point and given up a lot of scrap time. Sin City, with that mistake, they do take advantage and win the rotation, at least to start. Not clean scrap time for Green Bay, and once again, both teams showing flashes of just a couple of mental errors here as far as collecting time go.
Yeah, it probably only got a few seconds, honestly, when they came back, too, so that's tough. I will say, Sin City did win the rotation over to P1 off the initial break, which might be the first time. Green Bay has done a really good job winning these rotations, so Sin City does win it there, and they are getting the kills in the feed right now. Eggy with 2 of his own. Now Shadow just trying to see if he can find any players, but Sin City in a really good position right now. They have the map control. Now it's going to be hit through the front for Green Bay, and they make it happen very fast. Shadow with the kill, though, looking for this other kill, and he does get it. Now looking for a third. Limbs does shut it down. Important kill there, as it looks like they probably collect the rest of the scrap time. Maybe Sin City tries to get one more hit at it, but they will collect the rest of this. Few down in the feed, and now they're going to try to push this P2. Green Bay, though, I mean, you know, Sin City has come back a little bit, but right now they're holding their own in this, and they've looked pretty good, I think, so far.
Yeah, and this is different than the initial hard point that we saw. This is where Green Bay has kept the slaying a bit more even, whether that's from slower starts from a few players or anything like that. But now that we're fully into the mid-game, it's been more balanced from either squad. Duffy going huge for the Green Bay side, really matching that of Eaton and even besting it at times. That's what kept them in this. So a much different look from the squad. Now they have what is a 20-30 point lead well into the mid game of this map, and they're playing toe-to-toe with Sin City. So it's up to Sin City now, growing a bigger deficit to try to make a play and make something happen. But a foot race going down on the top side of the map for P3 spawns, and Limbs wins it to start.
Now he's got an important gunfight with Mott, and he will get taken down. So you would assume that Sin City will be in control of this P3, but hey, I hate to keep mentioning this because, I mean, it feels like we're going on about this. It is so important. Like, you're seeing right now Green Bay in control, and they're not getting outslayed, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's where they're, you know, doing good at. Because if you're getting outslayed, I mean, you're going to be down by a lot. And you have the lead. I will be, you know, it's slight, but you know, they have the lead right now. They do have this P3 spawns and control, and now it's going to have to be Sin City breaking back through as Green Bay may be looking to see if they can make this their money hill, as again, collecting the first bit of time, and now the player will get killed. But again, you see these spawns, and now maybe a player coming around to try to get this control of these spawns, and they will secure it for Sin City. Now Sin City in control, so looking to collect this last bit of time. But as I say that, Green Bay gets right back on time, and I would say now, unless this player pushes, it looks like they should get the rest of this time, and they should have a pretty decent lead as we head into the second rotation of P4.
We should, and it definitely needs to be much cleaner out of Sin City if they want to stay in this one. Going over to P4, of course, a more contest-heavy hill. We have seen teams really own this hill at times and collect 45 to 50 seconds plus on this hill alone, and the kill feed going the way of Sin City the way that it is. Shadow on 5 is definitely a good way to start, but the closer Green Bay gets to that 200-point mark, the more panicked and frazzled things can start to feel, as you feel like you can't give up any of that time. Sin City, they're holding on, but this hit's coming through from the front, and Mott goes huge on a 5 streak, pops 3 in the feed, and grants clearance for the next 10 seconds for the squad to hold on to this time. So where they needed a big response to get back in this game, they've done just that. Unfortunately, Mott is not able to find streaks, and it's Green Bay breaking in. With the remaining bit of the scrap time, they should most definitely clip the 200-point mark, and Sin City going over to a P5. They've got to go big here once again.
It looked like Sin City was just like in control and control and control, and then Green Bay just like that break it. And now I will say Sin City is set up first for this P5, but Duffy coming right in, he doesn't care as he gets the opening kill. The heat on the flank here as well. This could be huge for Green Bay. He's looking for this kill lower. As Green Bay does find it. It looks like Sin City will still have those favorable spawns though on the booth side, so they do have that working for them, and look at all that red there. Zahid, though, with a nice kill. He does get killed out, and now this is where you can get some time. If you're Sin City, 30 seconds left on this hill. If you're them, you're hoping for most of it here, as this would be big to get them back into this, going back into the P1. We'll get off time here for a second as the kill goes back and forth. Eaton now looking for the kill, and all these grenade kills. This hill is absolutely comical. Again, the reason that trophy system not made in this game is tough for that hill, but we do head back over to that P1. Sin City will collect the rest of the scrap, and this is a close one.
They have brought it back between P4 and P5, getting, you know, at least 90 seconds of the 120 available to them, but with 3 going the way of Green Bay and the feed, this is a great way for them to start. Now player 1 and Limbs really trying to collapse and just put pressure on these players off spawn. A big break gonna have to come in for Sin City to try and work this from the front. The players are trying to find the kills. It's a pinstripe kill feed, but it is going to be Sin City coming out on top. They need to get every second of the remaining bit of this and work across the map to get the rotation, so a tall task ahead of them, but with the way the kills are going, at least what I thought Eaton was going to be able to pick up, could have been going their way. Duffy flips that on its head and gets 2 in the feed. So Green Bay Goats, they still want to win this one here.
Yeah, and they can. They just barely by a second. So Sin City is going to have to touch this, as the feed is all yellow right now. But again, Sin City has to work. You see player number 3, the Heat already kind of set up for that P2. The kill does come in, so we will get to a P2 here. But again, Green Bay in total control, and as you see now, the foot race over as Sin City just sprinting over as Green Bay only a couple seconds away here. Shadow with the kill, though, on the player on point. He's going to try to get some time, but he does get killed out. Now 5 seconds left, and I don't know if there's going to be a player close enough as they will try to get in now. The Heat looking for the kill on this last player on hill. They get it, but he does get killed, so 1 last second left. Green Bay just needs to touch it for 1 second. Right now, the kills again going back and forth. Sin City now in control. Shadow with a 3. Nobody on point, though. There you go. Sin City does get on point. Now they're in control of it, and wouldn't this be something is, again, they just got to hold the line here. Green Bay just, again, needs to get that 1 second Sin City now trying to come back, but again, they're getting the kills. Lim's trying to do something. Sin City is
Oh my
still holding
gosh.
on. They are still holding on. Now the player come in. Shadow needs to find this kill. He needs to find it. They get the kill. They can't win in here, though, so this is going to be, again, a rotation over to the P3. This is crazy. They still can't get it. Lim's trying to find the kill. Can they find this last kill? 249. They can't win it. They will be on the P3, though. But, man, tip your cap, Sin City. They made it interesting. Final score here, 250 to 245.
And it sucks. You hate to lose that way, where it's just you can't give up. And that's of course props to the work that Green Bay did there to get themselves to 249. But you hate to lose that way, where you have to get across the map and just have no time to do it. The Shadow dropping.
It kind of seemed that way. At least in the professional scenes, we'll have to see. But we are underway, as it looks like Sin City will try to go to the traditional way. It looks like they had two players standing on the same spot. Trades going back and forth to start here, as it is already a 3v3 situation. Eggy with this bomb, trying to maybe get to this bomb site, but you do see all the utility coming in for the side of Green Bay. So again, just now slowing it down a little bit, you get the opening picks on both sides. Now it's going to be able to see if Eggy can get this down. But right now, again, a little bit just trying to feel each other out, trying to see if you can get any information. But that bomb is being planted here. Although you got player number 8, Duffy, maybe trying to make this interesting. He does get the kill, and bomb did not go down. So bomb did not go down, but he is going to be last alive in a 2v1 situation. Now again, trying to plant that bomb, trying to find another kill. Duffy getting spotted though, so Sin City with the advantage again, able to get that kill before the plant happened, but now he's in a tough situation looking for the retake.
To get the site retaken, isolates some 1v1s, doesn't win the first, and that'll be the offensive round going the way of Sin City. They get the bomb down, and more importantly, they win the gunfights to put themselves in a favorable life advantage. So I'm interested to see how the fights go between what appears to be the island players for either squad, Mott playing that P5 area as well as Zahid there in the initial round. And you'd mentioned, do we see any looks at that B site? And I think depending on how those battles go, off camera and off of the main action, that'll kind of dictate where these bombs get rotated to and how well teams trust their play calling decision. But Sin City putting a couple more players over on this B side to give it some more respect. A wonderful set grenade comes in and finds the first blood. So these players for Green Bay, they're through the back and could really play spoiler here. Zahid kind of just hanging out, made a friend, hanging out, and gets the kill there. So a clean round coming in thus far from Green Bay to respond.
That's just so smart. Again, looking to see if you can find anybody else, but man, it looks funny from a from the other view. So as he does find that kill, they do have the 3v2 advantage here. As Mott is alive on the side of Sin City, and he did start off well in that first round. So let's see if he can make any magic happen. But Zahid just running around this whole map, sees the player. That is really good awareness. So I thought he was going to run right past him. Now it's all up to Eggy. He does find the first kill, making the 1v2 situation, but has a lot of work still to do. As Green Bay just, setting up, not chasing, just making sure that they have eyes on bomb, and they will look to get this kill. As Eggy now trying to make the play towards sight. He doesn't get spotted. It looks like now he will, as shots coming in. Now Eggy just trying to play his life, but not looking good for him, as just going to try to find this kill on the player in mid, but they're just going round and around and around each other. My goodness, as Eggy will finally find that kill and maybe looking to try to get that kill on Zahid, but that was can't get it on the end there. But that was literally just running around in circles, but Green Bay ties the map back up.
They do, and this one, the same with the Berlin one. I just feel like it has that potential to go the full distance too, possibly around 11. Again, these teams are so talented. I really can't harp on it enough, and play so well. Green Bay able to find a way to respond on offense and get the win where they need to. Lim's gonna chuck a set nade over the top and not find anything to open things up. A little slower gameplay, a little more passive and safe coming in from Sin City, seeing if Green Bay gives up anything and gets a little over aggressive mid map. Haven't given him anything yet, but Jask gets eyes on some action today, and Zahid could be the one to blow this up.
2 kills, though, in the way of Sin City. As you said, though, Zahid on the flank here, not finding anybody, but he's gonna wrap all the way around. Limbs does get one. And obviously, they have no clue he's here, but now maybe the wrap over to this B, and he's gonna be less live. I don't know if he's seen both players. He definitely seen one. They're gonna close the door on his face. Honestly, a really smart maneuver. And now Zahid's gonna have to come all the way around. Gets shots off, but can't get the kill, and now he's gonna obviously have his location known. So now he's gonna be in a tough situation, obviously as well with the MP40. So gonna have to be some magic for Zahid, as he's kind of pinned here back on this back truck. Now staying his player's secret, does get the kill. So now 25 seconds on the clock. Zahid, again, kind of pinned here from this player up top, and he will get killed, but good effort. Although Sin City go up 2-1.
They make a clean rotation over to the B site, and yeah, the players, after Zahid finds one kill, they don't get frantic, they don't go kill hunting, they know Zahid has to make the play, and for Sin City, you take care of business on offense once again. That's exactly how Berlin started, was very offensive heavy. Green Bay find themselves on the offensive side, and Jazz sitting without a kill is definitely one thing that you want to have turned around. Jazz, since being subbed in, has been electric for them. Someone who no doubt is going to end up finding kills on the map, and there we go. Jazz gets the first one on the board. Shadow trying to make something happen here with the sniper on a 3 streak as well, but it's going to be 3v3 here. Make that 2v3. Map presence in favor of Green Bay. This A site's open for them.
Yeah, it is, and they've done a really good job of flanking this game as well through the church, giving them opportunities. So we will see if the bomb is going to be planted here, and it is. Both Sin City players are grouped up, but they are going to need to find the kills and the defuse. Stuff on the outside here, trying to find the kills. He's on 2 HP though, so he's got to play his life as he's going to get out of there. But again, these Sin City players just trying to maybe work themselves up the field. Duffy does get the kill. That could have been dangerous. So they gave him, if they gave them a free one there, he does find the kills. There's a team kill that comes in though, so that's unfortunate. And that makes it a 1v2 situation. Mott does get killed, so a little bit of a weird ending there, but Green Bay takes it 2-2 map.
It's been the kills. Whoever's been taking and capitalizing in the first engagements has been finding success. Obviously, getting the bomb down, it just puts the defensive team in a situation where they now have to make a play. And either team on their post plant setups, they've been doing good at not getting frantic or antsy. They trust that they have to make the play on the defensive side. We can just hold our lines of sight. If we've got our lanes locked, they can't make a play. And now maybe a different look getting shown by Sin City. Zahid, the island player that they rely on, gets the first blood. Limbs also combined for 2 on the round. So now a 4v2 situation. What was going to be an interesting look for Sin City ends up blowing up in their face. Eaton out left in a 1v3 situation.
Left in a 1v3, and that bomb is, yeah, that's not a great position. And I thought they actually knew bomb down. I guess not. So maybe he will be able to get this bomb. But yeah, 1v3 situation, as he does look to collect here, and Green Bay goats scattered throughout the map. So he will get the bomb here. They will get that Q. Now players maybe trying to come in to get him, but yeah, Eaton's gonna reverse this back over to A. Does not spot that player though. I don't think the player spotted him. Maybe he did. Duffy now getting shots off. He does get pinched though. Green Bay take the round, and that was a really clean round out of Green Bay.
It was, and that starts with Zahid finding good picks there to blow up their B-hit island player. When you put someone on an island like that, you trust that they're going to not only get information, but also be able to win gunfights in peculiar situations. And he does just that. Puts them up 3-2, and Sin City on defense need to find a way to stop the offensive prowess of Green Bay. They've found success really getting this bomb over to the A site and getting it down, and now about as decisive as you can be, all 4 arrows flooding towards this B site. Platt is about to have some action. Eggy's gonna have to back down, and they aren't slowing down. Duffy finds the opening, and now they are just flying into the back spawn. Sin City having to try and respond and get players over here. They do respond with 2 kills of their own. Make that 3 what was very quick and decisive out of Green Bay. Limbs is left in a, hey, I was watching Top Fire and now everyone's dead. You know, what do I do now? Great job from Sin City to get the kills that they needed to over at this B site.
Yeah, honestly, because Yeah, Eggy was in a position where he was very much in danger, and he did get killed. And yeah, honestly, again, great job out of them to retake that bomb site or that even that area. So they take the round, and Green Bay. I mean, as you said, that was as decisive as a B hit as you ever see. I mean, they ran right through P5 and didn't stop and put pressure on Sin City, but Sin City is able to respond, and now they will go back on the offensive side in a 3-3 game. So big round potentially coming up here to get the advantage in this later half of the map here, but looks like there's going to be an 8-hit here for Sin City. The kill is coming in, though, and that's 2 for Zahid. As Zahid getting the kills off the rip for his team and now putting them in a 4v2 situation. So great stuff from him. And again, bomb is down. Another kill from Jas. Now it's all left up to Eaton. He does find one. Now the players are going to be quick on his heels. Eaton will get killed. Great. Another clean round out of Green Bay as they've had a few of those now.
They have, and those have been, again, behind Zahid, popping 2 pieces. He gets through mid-map for free and finds 2 in the Sin City side U. So it's just Zahid playing really well around the map, having just the knowledge and awareness just to really attack the holes and the openings that Sin City have on the map, or at least capitalize whenever they, try to take his side of the map, which is that P5 side on defense for him. That time he gave a different look and ran through mid. They weren't expecting it, so just showing different looks, and again, that adaptability and versatility from Green Bay is where they're doing well and where they're getting these round wins from. They're going to once again open up with the first blood, have A site control, and look to get this bomb down. Jas also connecting for another, and once again, it's a Green Bay player on the flank.
Yeah, and does find the kill. 4v1 situation here as it's Shadow left all alone, bomb down. The impossible needing to happen. Dustpot 1, Dustpot 2. Is he going to try to... No way. Is he going to try to... Every time I see that, you got to think maybe it happens. Green Bay is not having it, and they are on match and series point.
And that's twice tonight we've seen players try to slip by, and maybe you just take those 2 kills and you find yourself in a 1v1, but opted for the ninja, did not work out, and Green Bay, like you had said, they find themselves on match point. How eager are they to close this one out? Take the win over Sin City, remain the only undefeated team in Diamond, and it's going to be Sin City looking to get this A. It's going to be a quick double kill for Shadow. What a way to open things up here. You needed a response for Sin City. You get the first 3 kills in the round without any kind of contention. Bomb's going down for free, and this is going to be a 4-5 round draw.
Yeah, they're not dead yet. As obviously, you don't want to call it too soon because I've already done that once tonight. But this would be nearly impossible as Limbs needing to pull off the 1v4 and the defuse. Only 28 seconds on the clock. Not looking great, but he will try to get in the mid-map here and try to find 1 kill. Not even getting that, but yeah, Sin City, they are not dead yet. It was a quick start from Shadow. They take the round, and now we move on to this round 10, and I don't know. It's been a weird search. Like, there's been times where it looks back and forth, and then we've had a couple clean rounds.
Yeah.
Like really clean. So like I don't know where this is going, but we will have to see. As again, Green Bay on the attacking side here, still on match point, but Sin City looking to push it the distance here. But just another great map in this amazing series. Can't ask for anything more. So we will see. It looks like it's going to be an A hit here for the Green Bay Goats. As you do have player 8 and Duffy again trying to get to this flank as he's been doing all game, and we will see if he's able to. Shadow going to try to nade over the field, see if he can find anybody. Cannot, and now it's going to be Jas just looking for anything. As he can't get the kill. Eaton does kill him. Both teams not wanting to show much as they're just taking their time. Eggy will get some shots in, but then run away. As 2 players are over here in P5, and now maybe you look to take this over to the B site. And City obviously has to think that that maybe this is happening, and now let's see if they can counter this. But as this is happening, the bomb is still at the A side, but they haven't moved, and now in a tough situation here, as Eaton's going to find the kill. That is bomb down, and now another 1v4 situation. Duffy gets the kill, gets out with his life for the moment, but they're on the chase for him. He does get killed, and we're going to our round 11.
Round 11. Sin City had to get 2 straight to get it done. They do just that, and now, I mean, what a way to end this series. Green Bay had the opportunity back-to-back rounds to close it out. Sin City respond with great resilience, and now on offense is going to be Green Bay. They've had really clinical, really clean offensive rounds. You know, do they panic and do something different? Or do they do run of the mill and they opt to go traditional 3 towards A? They're gonna send Duffy over to B, but Shadow opens up with a huge first blood. It's just been so dominant on this mid and top side of the map the whole game.
Yeah, Shadow is just a force in this division. But here we go again. The flank coming in, but this time they're not having it. A shutdown 4v2 situation as the advantage is in Sin City. Is trying to pull this back. They were once down, but now they're in a prime position to take this series. Shadow seeing if he can find anybody in that mid map. Not able to. And I thought Zahid, is he going to try to jump up here? Possibly. A little bit of players passing. Zahid does get the kill. So he does get the kill, and now he has that top charge control. Seeing if he gets another one. He might have seen that player, I'm not sure, but he definitely seen him. So Zahid's going to get out with his life. Now maybe we're going to try to ride back through P5 maybe. No, it looks like they're going to try to hit this B. Zahid with the kill. That is a huge kill. Zahid is making it interesting. Only 26 seconds on the clock, though. And they got to do something. Jazz in a position, though, maybe to catch some Sin City players off guard. As this bomb is going to go back to the A site. And Mott's seeing him, though. This is going to... He's going to kill the diffuser, the planner. That's 1v1 situation. Jazz trying to play his life with his player in field. He's going to get the bomb down. Now it's a 1v1 situation. And again, the diffuse water round we're coming down to is Jazz trying to play his life. Is going to be eaten on the side. He's going to briefly get near bomb. As again, players are playing it slow. Eaton's going to get on the bomb though. Jazz has to check it, but he does hop off. This is a tense round here. Both players playing this really slow. Jazz again having the control. I think he does see it through the truck too. I think he sees bomb through the truck, so he knows nobody's there. Now Ian again having to hop the bomb. Jazz doesn't see him. He has to check this, right? Jazz has to check this. He does get the shots up, and Jazz clutches it. Jazz clutches it, and the Green Bay Goats, they were down 4-2 in that round, but they clutch up, win the round 11, and win the series. Also securing top seed in the Diamond Division heading into playoffs. Wow.
Wonderful series out of Green Bay Goats. Of course, a lot they, can look at it